So the question today is, are you having anxiety? And if so, what is it about? For me, I kind of picture anxiety like a bunch of black squiggly lines taking over the whole page of my plans and my hopes. It's a mysterious thing where it can rise up over us like a wave. It can take different forms. It can change shape like water. And it can be paralyzing, dragging us off into the night. And I imagine Martha from the story in Luke probably had her fair share of nighttime anxiety attacks. It says, as Jesus and his disciples were on their way, he came to a village where a woman named Martha opened her home to him. She had a sister called Mary who sat at the Lord's feet, listening to what he said. But Martha was distracted by all the preparations that had to be made. She came to him and asked, "Lord, don't you care that my sister has left me to do the work by myself? Tell her to help me." "Martha, Martha," the Lord answered, "you are worried and upset about many things, but few things are needed, or indeed only one. Mary has chosen what is better, and it will not be taken away from her." So I'm reading this book right now called Hideous Strength by C.S. Lewis late at night. I probably shouldn't be reading it late at night. It's probably attributing to some of these weird nightmares. But it's a sci-fi thriller that he wrote, and I'm marveling at the pace and the speed and the tightness of the story. And it keeps me flipping the pages, and at the same time injects so much hope. And I keep thinking so many of his stories do that. Even the Chronicles of Narnia, if you ever read that, with Aslan the lion and the lamppost. Whether it's his children's books or his adult books, he always has these notes of hope baked into the storylines. I've been surprised because I've been learning about the life of C.S. Lewis, and he went through a significant amount of trauma. You'd think that God would want to spare his mind and protect his brain from all the potential catastrophic psychological after effects that could have really compromised his storytelling abilities. But when he was little, he lost his mother. She died. It turned his world upside down. His dad was grieving, so he wasn't getting much support from him. And then he ended up in a boarding school, and it was underneath a headmaster who was very abusive and psychologically and physically abusive. And then he ended up going on to another boarding school and getting bullied there, and eventually ending up in the war. And he went in to the war with a generation of people that were very optimistic, and came out alongside a generation that was very cynical about the prospects of mankind after the desolation of the war. And yet C.S. Lewis is one of the most hope-filled authors that I can think of. So I wonder, why did God allow him to go through all that? But what if he wasn't able to craft the things he needed to craft if he hadn't gone through those things? What if the depth, the character, the cavernous insight that he developed was only possible because of the things that he endured in the dark places that he brought up from that black earth of trauma and loss? What if you can't hold that flashlight for somebody else unless you go through what you're going through right now? Jesus says the antidote is to choose the one thing, the better thing, to look at him. It's not a laundry list. It's not denying that there are real troubles going on around you. it's an interesting invitation to invite him into it and to see what he will do.